Welcome back, everybody. One of the things I love about living in the Rocky Mountains is you don't need to go on vacation to the Rocky Mountains because we live there. So we got in the van and we took a drive. I have that Blackstone Adventure Ready 22-inch griddle, and we are gonna have us a hot dog picnic. Sorry. I like my hot dogs the same way I like my beverages. Prime. These are great. All beef, uncured, all those great keywords. We are taking it back to basics tonight, keeping it simple. And this is a first for me. I'm all about flavor when it comes to hot dogs. Of course, I was the original guy that seasoned my hot dogs, my Franks, whatever you call them, Frankfurters, way back in the day. The theory is these will absorb the seasonings better and just taste better. They make devices that do this. Hey, I've got a pocket knife because I'm manly. Some people do intricate diamond patterns on these, kind of like those northern Alaskan scrimshaw patterns, you know, whatever floats your boat. If anybody's looking for a new angle, you know, everyone's on YouTube and everyone's on social media these days. Scrimshaw hot dog artist. As far as I know, nobody else is doing it. Who needs these things, by the way? Come on, are we back in like the 1970s or something? We're gonna go lower heat tonight. We wanna get beautiful color on the outside and want the internal temperature of the hot dogs to come up to par slowly. Loving the little travel bottles. These are in the Walmart camping aisle. Hit them up with that essential blend. That's what I'm talking about. Little oil up front, and I diced some onions before we left the house. Kim and I will probably be the only ones eating onions. I started doing this a couple years ago. Drop by Walmart or any grocery store and I pick up loaves of Italian bread or French bread. This is an awesome way to make a beautiful type of roll when you're having hot dogs. You don't need to settle for those nasty enriched hot dog rolls that you get at the grocery store. And then we'll cut down with my serrated knife just about halfway through. And I think you could probably pick up what I'm putting down. These are killer. Tongs are always going to be the weapon of choice when it comes to hot dogs because of that. You can roll them and see, that's what my friends like Blackstone Betty have been doing all these years. They've been getting that beautiful cut look on their hot dogs, but I've never messed with it because, you know, if it's not broken, generally I don't like to fix it, but hey, I might be a guy that slices up my hot dogs in the future. I'm also a big fan of seasoning my onions. If you want to throw some garlic, pepper, salt in there, or whatever seasoning you want, have at it. Reminder, we're on low heat. Now, I'll confess, I'm the high heat guy. I used to joke with Scott from Blackstone all the time that if I wrote a cookbook, it would be called Life on High Heat because I'm the high heat cooker, fast, 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 and I move things around. But with hot dogs, that's a good point. I like to keep it low because you can keep rolling them. You can get that outside just beautiful, gorgeous color, and you can bring that internal temperature up to where they're just perfect inside and out. Mayo, like to put a little bit of mayo on the outside of what's gonna be my quote unquote bun, and this will just help it to toast up better. So I'm gonna put a little bit on both sides and a little bit on the bottom, maybe a little bit on the top as well. The cool thing about starting on low is you can always go higher. If you're starting high and you burn the hot dogs at the beginning, there's no going down. So you can always crank that up a little bit if you need to. Just keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those doggies rolling. Time to toast the buns. Gonna move the hot dogs over here. Maybe we'll slide those onions over and we'll go down and toast that first side. Remember, I turned the heat up, so I'll need to be a little more careful. They're toasting up nicely. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn that heat down again. When you're cooking on a 22 with 2 burners, on a 36 with 4 burners, it's just so much easier, a lot more variability. If you're on a 17-inch, you're pretty much just high or low. So I always like to have a griddle that has more than 1 burner if possible. Those look so darn nice. I'll flip these over. Get the bottom toasted. I used to see pictures on Instagram of people getting hot dogs at these fancy food trucks, and their buns looked amazing. They were like homemade. I had no clue how they did it. One day I was in Walmart, which I am almost every day of my life, saw the loaves of French and Italian bread, and I thought to myself, I wonder if you're wanting to impress your friends and family, make some homemade rolls using French or Italian bread. You could even do this with sourdough bread, because we all know sourdough bread is incredible when it's toasted. So we have 360 degrees of toasted hot dog roll perfection. These things look amazing. They really do. Because we're managing that heat, you can see we're not burning anything here. We have amazing color on the hot dogs. You can always hit it up with a little extra seasoning if you need to. Let's pull those rolls and we'll get these ready while our hot dogs and onions finish up. Look how nice those look. Just beautiful. Something extra special. I think we're there. Check it out. Hot dogs look great. Let's kill the griddle. Kill the heat. Kill the griddle. You know, that is what we're talking about. I am embarrassed to say that I'm 52 years old. This is the first time I've cut the slots in my hot dogs. Because I'm old, there are certain phrases that the younger crowd use on social media that just drive me nuts. I was today years old when I learned how to cut a slot in my hot dog. You're never gonna hear me saying that, but you know, the younger crowd.
Liddy, Todd, you got me hungry for a glizzy. Yes.
They like to say all those catchy things. A little bit of onion on top, just a little bit. I don't want to hide my slotted dog. Oh man, those are looking good. Over to my griddle, I forgot. I actually turned it off. My reasoning, my rationale is that when grease gets cold, it solidifies. So obviously, you want to have a hot griddle when you clean it. A hot griddle should be as easy as a simple scrape. Hot dogs, pretty simple. We're not talking griddle mortar here where I'm cooking 20 or 25 pounds of stir fry on a giant 36-inch griddle. I grab some paper towels. I'm typically using Bounty. Some people like to use a white cotton rag or those blue shop towels. That's all you want to do. You just want to get all your crumbs back in there to your grease cup. Pretty oily tonight, but most of the time you're going to want to put a little extra cooking oil on there. Rub a little bit of oil in there, then you're ready for your next recipe, or you're ready to pack it away for your next trip up into the mountains. As promised, we're keeping this really simple tonight. The people that love mustard are gonna be excited, and the people that love ketchup are gonna be excited, and the people that say that you should never mix ketchup and mustard are gonna be angry with me. Leave the comments down below, please. The more comments, the better. I was born in Pittsburgh, so you know I have to have that Heinz ketchup. Come on. Take a look at that delicious hot dogs made with these beautiful homemade rolls. I used Italian bread. We have all beef hot dogs. We have the Blackstone Essential blend in there. I even cut the slots. My goodness, they look so delicious. It's time to get in there and give it a try. So good. And a couple of comments I want to make from the get-go. The bun. It's an all-beef hot dog. We seasoned it. It tastes amazing. But the bun is the star of the show here. First things first, they sit flat. They don't flop over. I can take a picture of them and they look good on a plate because I have that nice flat bottom on that homemade roll, and there's so much flavor with the mayo and how I toasted those rolls. Now in the past, I even put a little seasoning in the mayo when I toasted them, so killer from start to finish. So delicious, and you can make them any which way you want to. So thanks for watching. We'll get the recipe for how to make these buns up at blackstoneproducts.com. Make sure you're watching all the shows on the Blackstone Network, and if you want to pick up the Blackstone 22-inch flex fold adventure ready griddle, you can get that at Walmart in the garden center. So until next time, this is Todd and some of my family. The rest is behind the camera. I'm saying praise the Lord and pass the hot dogs.